In today's lesson, we're going to review over sentence correction. So I'm going to read over this first and then kind of see what things I can correct in this paragraph. So it says, Gerard Moret, a local head of the Tobacco Retailers Union in southwestern France, complained this week that the high cost of cigarettes was an invitation to burglars. It's like having gold bars in the shop, he said, as he called on the government to provide video surveillance outside stores, just as it did at banks. Okay, well, first of all, this person's name needs to be capitalized, and even if it wasn't a name, the very first letter in a sentence needs to be capitalized. But especially since it's his name, the G and the M need to be capitalized. Next, a local head of the Tobacco Retailers Union. Since let's see, it's an official organization. It's the Tobacco Retailers Union in southwestern France. That T, the R, and the U all need to be capitalized because it's a very specific thing. So anytime you have a proper name of something, you need to have it capitalized in southwestern France. So southwestern doesn't need to be capitalized, but the F in France definitely needs to be capitalized. Next, complained this week that the high cost of cigarettes was an invitation to burglars. Okay, nothing strange there. Next it says, it's like having gold bars in the shop, he said. Okay, so when we have a clue that says he said, we know that's something they specifically said. And anytime somebody says something, you need to have it in quotation marks. So it needs to kind of look like this. It's with a quotation mark, and it needs to end in, I guess, shop. So the rest of the quotation, whoops, shop. And then we need some sort of punctuation, either a comma or a period. Let's just put a period for now. And then it needs to end in quotation marks. The other thing, it incorrectly uses its without a apostrophe. Remember the difference between its and its. This one is showing ownership. So say if you're talking about a tree and you say its leaves, this is when you show ownership. This is not the one you want to use in this case. It's with an apostrophe tells you it is, or it's an abbreviation of it is. And that's what we're using here. It is like having blah, blah, blah. So you definitely want to have an apostrophe between the T and the S for it's or it is, like having gold bars in the shop, he said, as he called on the government to provide video surveillance outside stores, just as it did banks. So it seems like we cleared up everything. We went over capitalization. Remember proper names of people and proper names of actual, or I guess proper names of things that there's only one of. I can't imagine there's many tobacco retailers in southwestern France. Next, we capitalize France because it's a proper name. We put quotations around something people said, and then we reviewed over the difference between it's with and without an apostrophe. And that ends our lesson for today.